Hi, I'm Craig Spooner, Director of Sales at Uninet, and this is the DTF Xpress printer. It's a 17-inch wide, no maintenance, or basically no maintenance printer. It's really the first of its kind of like the next generation of DTF printers that are out there. It features 8 heads, which is 2 banks of 4 specialized Rico heads that are made for this kind of process. So they virtually do not clog, and the amount of maintenance that you have to put into this machine is really the lowest of any DTF printer out there. It's a cartridge-based system where it has 2 whites, 2 cleaning, CMYK, and yellow. And basically, at the end of the night when you're done printing and maybe you had to run out of here and forget to kind of like get it done for the night, it will automatically wet cap after 6 hours of inactivity. So that means your heads are never going to clog out or dry out.
You got the 2 cleaning solutions loaded in there. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
The only maintenance that you have to do is in the morning when it beeps at you is you take out the 2 white cartridges and you flip them like this for 45 seconds and then put it back in. It even times you and counts you down while that's happening. And that's really all you have to do. The only other thing that we do once a week is clean the capping stations underneath the heads with a foam bristle. And really that's about it. It really does all of it on its own and is fantastic machine, if you ask me.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. I'm quite sure people are going to want to know about the feel of this printer, because you guys are the one-stop shop of all the printing solutions, right? So how does it feel compared to, say, white toner versus a regular traditional DTF printer? How does it feel when you press it onto a shirt?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's going to be much of a difference at all between this and other DTF printers.
Okay.
Of course, artwork prep is a consideration. You know, the most obvious thing is if you have black in your image and you know you're going to be pressing onto a black shirt, you remove the black. But it takes a lot less artwork prep with DTF versus white toner because it's so stretchy on the shirt. Right. So I don't think there's going to be much of a difference between this and traditional DTF in that way.
Okay. Now, this is one solution for DTF versus a traditional DTF printer that we're used to seeing. Why would someone go with this system versus a regular DTF printer?
If they don't want to deal with maintenance. We all know that the lower end printers, no matter who makes it, is going to require everyday maintenance. You know, a small print, a nozzle check, a head cleaning. With this kind of system, you could go a week or more without even using it. Just coming over here and shaking the whites every day for 45 seconds is all that's required. So if you're going to be an occasional user, that's not usually the type of printer that I would recommend in terms of DTF. But with this particular machine, you don't really have to run it every day. It's going to take care of itself while it's not running.
Okay, okay. Now, I'm hoping that I can take some of these images home with me so I can press it on myself and I can give it a feel and see how, see how they peel and stuff like that. But so what's the price point on a machine like this?
The machine itself is $19,500.
Okay.
And then you would add a shaker of your choice. Of course, this is a Uninet 17-inch shaker. This particular model is 220 native, but we have a 5,000 watt power converter that will allow you to run the whole deal 120 volt. So you don't need special wiring.
Okay. And as far as the size is concerned, what if somebody wanted to run it in their house, somewhere in their house or something? This looks like it can fit through a regular door, but can this fit through a regular door?
Yes, it can. It runs through a regular 36-inch doorway, both of these units.
Okay.
Now, we also sell a slim shaker, which is a horizontal model.
Right.
And if you're looking for a little bit more of a space-saving type of model, you know, higher versus longer, then you could go with that. However, you cannot use a power converter with that one. That is strictly 220 volt.
Okay. So, width-wise, offhand, sorry to put you on the spot, do you know exactly how wide that unit is?
I think it's about 35 or so. So that's 35? Why I say you want to go through a 36-inch door.
We'll look on the specs and make sure if that's accurate and put it on the screen for you. So as far as temperature control, like what would you say somebody's, the place where they're storing the printer would have to be? What's the recommended?
I mean, we still recommend the same types of temperatures and humidities that you would for regular DTF, but this has a lot more tolerance because inside it's got its kind of its own climate control type of situation, so it's less susceptible, but you definitely want to be in the 45 to 60% humidity and like standard room temperature.
Okay. And for an image this size, right, how many prints would you say somebody can get per hour, or do you guys have a system?
This is a 42 square feet an hour. 42
square feet an hour?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we'll refer back to the site just to make sure. I see the print coming out right here. It looks nice and cured and baked. You can see the orange peel type of effect on here. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that looks pretty good. It's a rasterized image ready to go. So we briefly touched on this in a video before, but I drove 3 hours to show you guys this machine in person because it's unlike anything that we've ever saw before. The technology is just different than every other DTF machine. You see the heads above printing. What does that remind you of, guys? So we have DTG technology printing a DTF printer on a DTF printer. You guys can see has a roller in the back right here. It's the roller system right here. Has a screen right here on the side, and you have a cartridge-based system that keeps all the inks enclosed so that you don't have to worry about any contaminants or anything like that. We got 2 heads that print amazing ink. You see the colors right here on the heads right here. These are R1000 Rico heads right here. So yeah, it's gonna give you good quality print. And you see the film coming out of the machine. This is a 17-inch film right here. And it's going into this shaker baker oven. I actually like this shaker baker oven a lot because it circulates the powder. So as the powder is dropping down, there's a technology that brings the powder back up so that you don't have to continuously like pull out the drawer and reload new powder in there. So I like that a lot. I don't have that on mine. I wish I did. And then at the end, your final product comes out right here, and it rolls it up for you right here at the end. Right here, you see the inner workings of the DTF printer right here. We had to trick the system, just like the RI1000. You put something right there, sort of the printer will think that the top is closed. And I just want to show you guys the inner workings of the machine running right here. So you can see the back is laying down the color, and as the film moves forward, the front is laying down the white. All right, and like I said, it's an 8-head system. You see the maintenance stations right here that you clean about once a week or so. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good system. It certainly does look nice. You got the panoramic roof right here. So,
also want to mention that if you're trying to get it through a doorway, this will fold in completely, allowing you to kind of get it right through without anything protruding.
Interesting. Now, is this and this is this together, or it comes separately?
It ships together. Basically what happens is on the pallet, this is on the bottom, and the bottom is on the top.
On the top.
So you put that one down, and then you kind of team lift this right on top of it.
Okay.
And again, this is just storage, but there is that waste bottle in there as well. So you can put all your stuff under there, all your extra consumables and everything else, but it brings it up to a manageable height for you as well.
Okay. And that has wheels on it?
Wheels.
This base has wheels on it?
Exactly.
So you can cart it around anywhere you want?
Yeah, by the way, this is both USB and network connection, and the traditional DTFs needed a specific network cable going from your computer directly to the printer. That's not the case with this. You can use a traditional router in your house or in your office and connect it just like a regular network printer. So that's a big advantage of this machine as well. Plus, once you load an image and it's in memory here, you can restart the printing right from this panel after it's loaded.
Nice, okay. Cool, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for showing us your new Uninet Xpress DTF printer.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby? This right here, this right